Hey, let's go. Happy Friday. Let's bring that energy, my boy.
Oh my gosh, that energy from Yo Jeremy today. We've never seen that before. What is going on? You had a good morning, apparently. How we doing?
Yo, it's Friday. I made a little ace. Nice little hole-in-one.
Okay, I don't believe that for one bit.
Nah, I'm capping.
You would have tweeted about it, posted a picture about it, in the Discord immediately.
No, but I did end up making a nice, literally last shot of the day, a nice little 17-footer.
Oh. That's
last hole.
That's a good feeling right there.
Drop eyewitness.
Yeah. That's one of the ones where it's like, you could have a terrible day, but golf is so stupid. Then you end it with one good shot. You're like, you know what? I love golf. I'm coming back next week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it was the same, nice little rematch on that hole because, or not real rematch, just me versus the hole, because that's the one I lipped out on like a 25-footer last week, and it slipped out. And I was like, I remember you, but they moved the pin, and I was like, well, let's get it close. Ended up dropping, so let's go.
There we go. Let's go. All right. Well, it's Friday. Sorry about the Wednesday stream. That was my bad. I was a little under the weather. Wasn't really up for streaming. I didn't want to be coughing and give you guys a little sickness ASMR. Didn't think y'all wanted that. But we're back here on Friday, headed into the weekend. Markets are down, but hey, we're still vibing, right?
Hey, we're big vibing, and the market is kind of vibing when you've seen the projects that have dropped this week and the pumps that they've gotten, and just the market that we've seen. I mean, gas fees aren't high. It's not going crazy, but there's been, a handful of projects or just under that have been going kind of crazy. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, let's jump into our usual start. Let's look at the market. Let's check out a little market update. Let's see what's been going on in the last 24 hours. And yeah, look at these floor changes. You know what? I normally start off with these, but listen, what sticks out to you right away? Does anything stick out to you, I guess?
Yeah, what sticks out to me is that, we got Von Schiller in the chat. GM Von and everybody
Pitch Dark,
else that showed up early. And totally. Got Laces, Harry. We got Tagline in the chat. Shout out Tagline.
Yeah, shout out.
Stin. What's up, Pitch? Hope everybody's having a good Friday. Let's see. Anything stick out? Obviously, there's one that definitely sticks out in my mind. Not necessarily for the 24-hour floor change, but the floor that it has, right? Admit one. This is a project, yet another project by G Money. It's only 1,000 quantity, and those are at a 14 ETH floor. So the way you could mint those was that there was probably 8+ POAP tokens that made you eligible to mint admit one. I don't think anybody expected to see something mint this week and go for anything over 3 ETH, and then here we are sitting at 14. Pretty nuts.
We are. Yeah, and I think shout out to our boy. I think JVB actually minted one of these for free, and I think he's still holding on to it. So GG's to him. And yeah, these have G Money's admit one's taken off. This is I think people are kind of basically what this does is I'm pretty sure it just gives you access to his Discord, right? It's like one of those exclusive access types of NFTs.
Exclusive.
Which I would rather have. I mean, I know you're a proof maxi. I know you've been in since the beginning, but I kind of would rather have exclusive access to G Money's Discord rather than Kevin Rose, because people don't even know who Kevin Rose is still. People know who G Money is. He's an OG here. Yeah. Go ahead and cancel me. It's Friday. Here we go.
See, I was vibing.
We're fun and proof. Let's go.
I was vibing.
Let's look at Jeremy's bags and let's flood them to 0. All right.
No, but let's chat. Let's give a round of applause, a little GGs to JVB right there. Good vibes only. Shout out JVB. Don't paper hand it, but also a nice little 14 ETH profit ain't bad.
Don't paper hand it, but also don't fumble it. Just make sure you do the exact right thing.
Yeah,
sell the exact peak.
Time the top, please.
Yeah, don't hold goblins through don't pull a hunter where this okay. Gosh, sorry Hunter if you're listening, but this man bought a goblin at 2.2 ETH and then listed it 30 minutes later for 1.9 or something. And I know if we were having a paper hand segment, our boy Hunter is going to be right there in the middle, flashing lights. But let's look at some more. What were you gonna say?
No, that's just his mulligan for the week. Hunter has one of those every week where he's like, you know what? Send And then
so
he's
you
like,
got
no,
to.
he's like, hey, why did I send
Well,
it?
it's funny. We were in the Discord. It was like late at night, and he bought it. And he's like, "Yeah, this is gonna be a quick 0.5 ETH in in an hour or two." And then he bought like the peak, and then the price started tanking, and then he did the whole panic listing to get back some money.
We got a Gokina1234 subscription for 3 months in a row.
Yo, Goki.
It'll be nice to see you in voice chat every now and then, though. Gokina, appreciate you showing up for stream, though. Thank you.
All right.
Much love.
Well, we do have. There are a lot of kind of well-known projects that are on this like list of the floor chains, and they're in the positive. You know, we see Coolmans is up there because we've had some news from Coolmans this week that they're getting a pump. You know, Oni. We talk about Oni every single time. They're always green. They're always red. They're always something. We got Gutter Cats are in there. I guess you can mention those. NFT Worlds, they're up a little bit. World of Women, Smiles, MFers. Like, there's quite a bit of like well-known projects. It's not just a lot. Usually we see a lot of just nothing projects, but yeah, I mean, it's good. It's good to see a lot of these projects, I guess, recovering. Even though the price of ETH is absolutely tanking right now. We're down in the 1700s. But let's just not look at that. But hey, at least some of these prices for these projects are going up, and we'd like to see that.
Yep. And we also had the Coolmans news. Just a little tidbit is that they had some pump, they had some hype there because they said like an announcement is coming in June that he thought would be way later in his career. So they kind of pumped a little bit. We may or may not talk about that a little bit later on, but they went from 0.4 to 0.6, and now they're back down to 0.4. So
sounds about right.
Goes to show you for these types of projects, these like B tier, mid tier, low mid, is like you definitely have to sell the news, right?
Yeah, absolutely, because those pumps don't last, or they don't hold very long, because for every pump there is for these mid-tier projects, there's holders that have been waiting for a pump like that to get out. And once that news dies down, it starts getting a little bit more colder, the price goes back down to where it was. And that's kind of, it's a pattern now that we've all seen it, and it should be to be expected. So let's go ahead and look at the opposite of this. Let's look at who has not been having a good day in the last 24 hours. We got the AI Moonbirds. These things pumped up pretty good early on. This is a newer project. We haven't even talked about them yet. And I mean, hey, they pumped up. Honestly, I miss these. I've been kind of taking a break from just these like the daily NFT grind, pretty much. Just been kind of vibing, doing stuff around the house, been doing some gaming, just get my mind off of things, because I think it's a good time to kind of do that. Good time to touch some grass. Good time to take a break. Yeah, let's not talk about the market. Let's just go ahead and talk about some good vibes. And so AI Moonbirds and Boki, those are kind of two newer projects. They've if you were able to get into them early, you're still up on money. So GG's to you. Do you have any exposure to either of those?
I have secondhand exposure. I was in the voice chat when all the boys were kind of doing their thing. Harry, Pitch, JVB, maybe a couple of others. Maybe Huna are in there, but they were minting AI Moonbirds, Boopbirds, and then the Goblin AIs.
Oh my god, this is just like full degen mode. Like is this back to back to August, pretty much.
Bro, they were full degen, but I did not partake. Gosh. I lived vicariously through them, and that was fine with me.
Yeah, shout out to them. They've been on a lot of stuff lately, and honestly, a lot of the stuff that's been minting out. If you mint it early, you're making money in all of these, pretty much. So if you're able to mint them out and find them, then GG's. I don't know about the Boobirds yet, but hey, everything else is doing good. But yeah, that Pitch Dark says degen season, baby. And while we're talking about Pitch Dark, Pitch Dark GG's. This man walked out of his job on this week, and he's a free man. He's enjoying that free time. He's touching some grass on his own, and he's big vibing now.
Hey, let's go. GG's Pitch. Way to be unemployed.
All right, moving on. Does anything else stick out to you in the projects that are negative? I don't see a lot of big projects, right? I see some that stick out, like the F crystals, the Moris, the Treeverse, the things that we expect to kind of see there. But I don't really see anything notable yet, unless you're seeing something I'm not.
I mean, somebody who's down bad probably is like Rug Radio membership pass. Shout out, what's his name? Farouk. Yeah. Shout out Farouk. that thing is down bad. I mean, they've never been like crazy high. I think maybe like a high of 0.25 or 0.2 ish. But then they were chilling at 0.1 for a long time. and you see like this project, a lot of people see as kind of like disposable, at least that part of it, because there is another part. There's the Genesis pass, and then there's the membership pass.
Yeah.
So a lot of people dump in the membership pass down at 0.02, down bad, feels bad.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we got those. Anything else before we move on? Anything else stick out to you?
Nope.
Cool. Well, let's go ahead and before we get started on our news segments and everything, I've got a little, how we feeling about a little Top Shot pack opening?
Ooh, yo, rip it.
Yeah, so they had the WNBA Run It backpacks, the rare packs today. There was only 2,500 of them. And I got like 700 in queue, so we went ahead and sent down the pack right before the show started. And let's go ahead and rip it right here live on stream. And let's see. Listen, I don't know anything. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know too much about WNBA. I know like maybe like Sue Bird. I think that's one of the bigger names and a couple of the big names, but that's pretty much it. But these are all moments from 2008, I believe.
That's also the league that Ja Morant plays in. So.
I think I can fact check that as well. That is correct. So it looks like we got the rare in the middle. Let's open that one last. All right, swing cash.
Yo, cash money.
And it's gonna show me the moment. I want to see the moment. There it is.
Hey, yo, what? I didn't even know Connecticut had a team.
Okay. There we go. Seattle Storm. Shout out, Kaz. This is your team.
Oh wait, this is 2008. Okay, they probably don't exist anymore.
All right, and then other one. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce.
Chica.
Yo, Tika Pinocchiero. Hey.
Hey, we tried.
Hey, we tried.
Oh,
we got those
okay,
handles.
behind the back.
Okay.
Oh! Get a little cross. Give her a sauce. Ooh.
Oh, is she on the ground? You know.
She walked over her on the way to the rim. Yo, that was nice.
All right, and then we got the rare right here. I don't know what the best one is. I don't know.
Yo, silver star.
But hey, we'll see. Sophia Young Malcolm.
Let's go. A 1-point win.
Oh,
was that the game winner?
That's the game winner right there.
That's the game winner.
Okay, dude. That's clutch.
I mean, that was clutch, but that was lucky. I mean, totally off balance, like terrible shot.
Have you seen Jaw play? It's basically as good as it gets right there.
That's actually 90% of Jaw's shots is like off balance, falling towards the rim. Like, yeah.
You know, Steve says vintage moments look so scuffed. This man's fudding TV from 15 years ago. Who would have thought? And those black and white movies back in the 40s, man, those are pretty scuffed, man. It's missing some color. It is Fun Friday, so I guess you gotta find something to fud, and it's gonna be TV from 2008.
Yo, we went from VCon, like fudding VCon, to fudding WNBA moments.
Yeah, and like go Keena said, I got that TS Top Shot debut. Those are always in high demand. We like that. So I'm happy with this pack. I don't know any of these players. I don't pay attention to it, but hey, we're here and I like them. They're all good moments. So let's move on. So we've got some things that you sent over. So we've got the first one this is the pre-mint, right? It has a new Discord bot.
Mm-hmm.
So you're I think you're more of a pre-mint guy than I am. So walk us through what this bot kind of is.
Yeah, so basically, if you guys don't know like what pre-mint is just kind of like an access pass where it allows you to sign up for allow lists, like in a integrated way in terms of like using your social media, your Discord, your wallet. You can do any types of requirements, having ETH an amount over this in ETH or lower. You can have like a certain role in Discord, blah, blah, blah. But that's all been handled in the browser. And then now seems like there's something on the way in terms of having a pre-mint Discord bot. And what this would allow you to do is essentially when those users, like let's say you sign up for a raffle on the browser, you end up getting an allow list, and it can automatically give you that role within the respective Discord. So that's just like one thing that's going to be here on the Discord bot. You probably will be able to sign up for allow list straight up from the Discord bot as well. And then who knows what else? Maybe you can get reminders, pings, like low calendar options. So just bringing the stuff from the browser and migrating it over here to the Discord, which is great. I mean, like we spend most of our time in the Discord, so it just making the process much more efficient.
Would this be a more like secure way to do some of these things as well, like keeping it as a Discord bot, or is there not really much added security by switching it?
I say it's like give and take. So yeah, just like a little bit of push and pull. Nothing too great over the browser, but for me, I'd rather have it like this, where it's just kind of like one less place that I have to go to sign up for things.
Cool. Yeah, well, looking forward to seeing how that's implemented. Did they say a time frame when that's coming out?
No, I mean, not that I've seen. I saw this the first day it was kind of tweeted, which is about 2 or 3 days ago, and then read the comments then, but I haven't taken a look back at it.
Cool. Awesome. Well, we also have some other news, so bigger, like I guess like macro news for the crypto space outside of NFTs. So Coinbase, makes the history. They're the very first crypto company to make it into the Fortune 500. And I like the shade that this article is throwing just in time for the crypto winter, right? They already know what's happening. But
Marco's got to be down bad. There is no reason for that.
Marco's like, I got to write about Coinbase. Let me check my account, and it's down. And
like you bought to eat that 4K. Tell me you bought to eat that 4K.
Man, the shade in that title, but yeah, I mean, this is huge, right? I mean, this is like the first crypto company that Fortune 500 is. Everybody knows what Fortune 500 is, and hey, Coinbase is up there now. I guess that's what happens whenever you spend, multi tens of millions of dollars on a QR code bouncing across the screen around the Super Bowl. I guess that's what happens. I mean, good for them. It worked out. So, yeah. Do you have any takeaways for this? Is just kind of more of like a validation type of thing? Like, yeah, I mean, do you think they're the first of many? Is this going to be like, hey, we look back in a year, there's not just one, now there's dozens?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is probably it's just a matter of when, and to see them do it like in 2022 right now, even during the bear market, is still pretty impressive. But literally, I don't know a single person in the space who has like interacted or been active who have like not used Coinbase.
Yeah.
Right. So the Coinbase Pro trading, you don't even have to be in NFTs. The Coinbase wallet, and then now we have Coinbase Marketplace, major L. But yeah, I think over the next year we will see at least a handful of like crypto companies probably join this list.
Yeah, man, that Coinbase NFT marketplace, I remember how hyped up it was, and it's just been a complete dud. It's had no impact. It was a swing and this, but nobody talks about that anymore. Like everyone before it talked about how much, hey, this is going to save us. People are going to come. This is going to bring more people into NFTs. They're going to save our bags. And then it came again, swing and a miss, and no one's ever mentioned it since then. It's like, all right, let's not talk about that anymore. Right? Let's just move on. That's what people say.
That's why so many people. It's like we'd rather have the hype or like some type of promotional stuff. Like we don't actually want the deliverable. Like you've seen what happened with Cool Cats. They released a game. Like we won a game. Game releases. Goes to the dirt. Like anything that releases, it just goes straight to the dirt. Nobody actually wants it. Nobody wants to participate. Nobody like wants to keep it alive. And so that's why I'm kind of fearful. I mean, we'll see. The other deeds, it's always just gonna, like, anything Yuga touches is always going to be you'd expect it to be an anomaly, like expect the unexpected in a way.
Right.
But that's what kind of has me scared about the other deeds, and why I'm a little shaky. I'm a little on the fence on that one, and it kind of makes me want to sell some stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a super high risk, because if Cool Cats would have released like, if they would have like legitimately released like basically the Pokemon version of NFTs, like the same, like almost basically the same type of gameplay, and not just a text-based game, I think that would have like made the price just go even like higher than it was. But they didn't do that, so, and that's where the high risk is. And it's kind of like interesting thinking about like what would happen or where we would be at today if Cool Cats didn't even talk about a game, didn't do a token, and just said, hey, we're going to focus on our brand, we're going to focus on the marketing, and we're just going to focus on getting Cool Cats into real world IPs, pretty much. Because I do think Cool Cats is one of the most marketable, probably, profile pictures that we have in NFTs to reach, mass markets with, it can appeal to kids, it can appeal to families, it can appeal to like all sorts of people. They just kind of fumbled that, right? It's like, and it kind of sets the stage for a lot of these projects thinking like, oh, maybe not do that. Let's just focus on basically like what Azukis are doing, or what Doodles are doing. Like that's the path that Cool Cats probably should have gone, and they would be right up there in that same conversation, if not above them right now.
Yeah, I mean they fumbled so many bags like the old Derrick Henry. You know, like it was just bad. So yeah, that's what makes me a little bit scared for other deeds. What were we just talking about, by the way? Coinbase, blah blah blah. Yeah, Coinbase NFT marketplace, same thing. Where remember they would tweet every like, hey, this project is partnered with us to be on Coinbase NFT marketplace launch, and that project would just like 2x, right? So I don't know. I'm just kind of over this hype cycle. It doesn't really get to me anymore. Not that I bought any of those projects like off the pump, but it definitely makes me, whenever I see stuff like that, I want to sell more than I just want to sit on the sidelines.
Yeah, absolutely. I do wonder, going back to the original article of Coinbase jumping into the Fortune 500, and we think that there's going to be more crypto companies jumping up there. My mind kind of goes to which companies are being bounced out because of the crypto ones coming in, and that's where we probably see that new world, like the old heads are stepping out, and this is kind of like the new, like the millennials, the Gen Zers, whatever, like the next, all these younger generations, like they're coming in, and like their companies that they're backing their money behind are going to come in and push out the old ones. And I'm kind of curious if someone's done an article, or if there is one out there that's kind of talking about the ones that are going to be pushed out once these new ones come in.
Pushed out. Yeah, I mean, well, we might have to do a little segment on that.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough to see with just one, right? I'd be more interested whenever there's 10 plus crypto companies coming in, seeing if we can see that trend. So maybe in like 6 to 10 months or so. All right, so we got some more crypto news right here. So Stripe, it's basically a way that people can take payments as a business. And they've teamed up with some companies, and now basically they made it possible so businesses can convert fiat to Bitcoin, which inadvertently kind of means like, hey, you can basically you're I guess you're not really accepting Bitcoin, but you're basically like, as a business, you're running on Bitcoin instead of fiat, right? You're converting to Bitcoin, and now your assets that are tied to your business are in crypto and Bitcoin. What are your kind of opinions and thoughts on this?
I mean, this is good for, I think, small store owners. I don't see a lot of like bigger, companies doing this, or like any storefronts doing this, but like for store owners who maybe a little bit younger, like a little bit more like crypto friendly, a little bit more bullish on Bitcoin and Ethereum overall, like this is awesome to see. And this is, of course, maybe they're not going to make a whole lot from, because it's not like their customers can pay with Bitcoin. Like you said, it's like a little checkpoint, like they're paying in cash, you instantly convert it to Bitcoin. But I think it's an awesome way for Stripe to give them an option and an integration to kind of diversify a bit, right? Because I wonder, it shouldn't be binary, right? It shouldn't be like off or on. Maybe they do like some type of split where like any cash that you get in, maybe, let's just say conservatively, like you do 80% of it still kept in fiat, and then 20% of it you like instantly convert to Bitcoin. That'd be great. Like I would do that as a store owner for sure. Yeah,
absolutely. It gives you it gives you exposure to it as well. And I mean, honestly, now is a great time to turn cash into crypto, right? With how down everything is, because I don't think any of us think it's going to be like this long term. As much as it feels like it, we think prices, 5 years from now are going to be higher than they are now for at least Bitcoin and ETH.
So the only L thing about this is that they're not saying that they have integrated like crypto payments, straight up.
That sounds like it's next though, right? Like that's probably in the works now.
You would expect. Yep.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, we've got some merch to review.
Oh snap!
This is Jeremy's favorite segment, merch review, and it's not. I mean, a lot of you at home are thinking like, oh man, tagline, Jeremy, they're about to pull out their boxes of ape merch right now and go over it. Oh. Nah. Listen, I don't even have that yet. I haven't gotten an email yet. I'm about to FUD the apes because I haven't even. I see all these people opening their boxes of merch, and I feel like I'm the only one that hasn't even gotten a confirmation email that mine's shipped yet. So hey, we're still waiting for mine. But whenever that comes through, maybe we'll talk about it. I think you've got yours, or you've got yours on the way. Mm-hmm. But that's not what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about So spotty Wi-Fi.
Oh no.
Yeah. He was kind of trolling the cats, and he basically is like, he's like self-proclaimed himself as the new CEO for the Cool Cats, and so he released a line of Cool Cats merch saying, we like the CEO. And yeah, I mean, first of all, let's look at these. We finally have swim trunks for merch, right? We've been waiting for this forever. Let's take a look at these. And you can see a while ago, Spotty, not a while ago, it's like a month or two ago, whenever Spotty tweeted about the Cool Cats, he's very upset at how they handle things, kind of how we are. And he basically just copy and pasted that tweet on these swim trunks. And it's, first NFT my fiance ever bought was an 80th Cool Cats, and it's been a shit show ever since. Pisses me off more than if it was my own money spent on it. They really should be providing updates on all changes, not low-key Discord updates. Communication should be the easy part. And
I hope she sold it.
I don't think she did, because I'm assuming this is the Cool Cat she bought that's now turned into merch. But I think it's kind of ironic, and I think it's kind of a funny swim trunk. But yeah, would you ever sport these?
Yeah, I mean, maybe if I was drunk enough or something like that. But no, other than that, nah, these are not as big of an L. I'm not gonna say like these are hideous. I mean, they're definitely some type of vibe. They're just not my type of vibe. So I would not consider purchasing these, wearing these 99% of the time. But yeah, I could see like Harry pulling these off.
Yeah, absolutely. I could see Steve at NYC wearing these.
Yeah.
Him and his highlighter yellow, his kicks, and then he's got a satchel across his chest again as usual. I could see that.
Yeah, but then, the next one.
Yeah, what do you think about the other stuff? Because it's not just shorts. We got a swimsuit. So, and we got a water bottle, and we got a pillow. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of vibing with the pillow. That's kind of, I mean, I wish it was my Cool Cat, but it's kind of nice.
Yeah, yo, GM Law Dog, appreciate you stopping by the stream. Swimsuit, kind of a banger. I would wear that one for sure. It's kind of like a nice crop to it.
Yep,
in
I
terms
bet you
of
would.
The zoomed up face and whatnot. That's a big vibe.
Yep.
The milk bottle, definitely gonna be an L. Definitely gonna be an F. Oh, speaking of L's, like I do have a poll up probably for another 90 seconds. Spotty Wi-Fi merch, W or L. So if you're in the Twitch chat, you can go ahead and vote W or L. Anyways, the milk bottle, definitely definitely an F. I think you could have done, something that more resembles like a milk bottle, a milk carton. Could have been made out of plastic, like a milk carton. Or you could have done like a fake glass milk bottle, done the same thing. The fact that it's just a normal water bottle called a milk bottle. Down. The pillow looks pretty comfy, not gonna lie. But it does look like some type of stock render with the image kind of placed on there. So if it stays that comfy, that pillow might be a fat W.
Yeah,
might be a fat W.
I think more people would just tend to see this and be like, that looks cool, let me go make my own with my own NFT or my own cat.
True. Call up grandma
instead of actually buying this one.
I call up grandma real quick, tell her to stitch me up a little pillow like that. The mug, I'm gonna have to give that a fat F too, because Cool Cats already have their mugs that I think probably look a bit better. But this one, like you said, if it was your own cat, this is actually a banger, right?
Yep.
But to buy somebody else's or his fiance's Cool Cat, right?
Yeah. All right, and we have. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably obviously we're not taking this merch drop seriously. It's more of like an ironic, just kind of like a meme merch drop. So with that in mind, I'd give it like a C plus, maybe a B minus.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. I mean, I think there's 2 dubs, 3 L's in here. So overall, actually not bad. For when we're talking about spotty Wi-Fi, like I expected this to be a lot worse. I expected it to be like 5 L's or like 6 L's out of 5. I mean, everything he does.
As many L's as there are spots on his face, right?
Exactly. So, I mean, hey, this is kind of impressive for Spotty and his team. So,
GG's to him. And we've got one more merch review, and this one's gonna be fun because this one's tied directly to pretty much all of us, especially if you own if you own ApeCoin. This is for you. So before we show the actual merch itself, let's talk about AIP 13.
Okay.
And this is the new AIP. This was put up. I think it was last night, yesterday. It was put up by the
yesterday.
council, saying, "Hey, we brought this to you guys. Now you can vote on it." And have you read through this yet?
I have. I
Okay.
wasn't really familiar with the guy, but then I made myself familiar.
Oh, I bet you remember the guy though, because everyone knows. I don't think everyone knows him by name, but once they look at his page, like, oh, it's that guy.
Yeah.
So
That guy.
it's kind of funny. It is very ironic that it does say proposal right here, considering the guy it's about. But we'll get into that. So the AIP 13 proposal is from Papacito, which for those that don't know, Papacito is he's a mutant on Twitter. He's the one that went viral on NFT Twitter like a month or two ago because this man proposed to his OnlyFans girlfriend, and there was like no reaction, and everyone was just like basically like sharing it, liking it, saying, "Oh no, get out!" She gets a gold digger. What are you doing? There was no response, no nothing. And hey, I mean, to each their own. I think we talked about it maybe a little bit here on stream too, but it was just one of those most awkward and like actual. I don't use the word cringe very often, but it was like one of those like actual like online awkward cringe moments, right?
It was.
And-
I mean, there's no doubt about it.
And this is the guy. This is the one that's behind AIP 13 proposals. So this man's done 2 proposals in 2022 so far. So this man's on a roll. But moving on from that, we can look past that because I'm not gonna hold someone back. I'm like, hey, maybe they're creative, maybe they actually have some good ideas and can bring something to the table for us. But this merch ecosystem fund allocation that he's putting forward is, he wants to make ApeCoin merch and sell it to ApeCoin holders and have the proceeds go to the DAO. That's basically essentially what this is about. It's giving him the ability to basically be the person to make ApeCoin merch, and then it's going to be sold to only ApeCoin holders, right? That's what it says in here. It says that you can buy it with ApeCoin. It's only available to ApeCoin holders. Yeah. So, first of all, without even looking at the merch, he's looking at mock designs. Step 2 funds transferred to Papacito. He's asking for $130,000 to make this you're already laughing. You can't even take it seriously. He's asking for $130,000 to make this happen. And yeah, so before we even look at the previews, what's your initial response to this proposal?
I mean, you okay? So like at first you're reading it, you're like, well, without considering the name, you're like, okay, like maybe this is somewhat of a good idea or could be a good idea. But then like the further you get into it, like the more you just realize this is not it, Chief. Especially when you see like funds transferred to Papacito. Not that he would rug or anything, but it's just like there's probably a more professional way to do that anyways. Like just kind of like funds released over time, or like a budget to start funds with, but it just says like funds transferred, right? You could start with, I don't know, 10,000-15,000 to pay a designer or concept designer, blah blah blah. But you can see the results at the top. People hated it. I mean,
we look back here, it's 97.32% against it so far, which goes about right. But I mean, there's no details. Like, what's the 100? Like I feel like if you're asking for that much money from the DAO, you need to have a line by line item. Like, this is where I estimate $20K for design costs, $15K for setting up the online shop, or like there needs to be kind of line items of like how much, like why do you need that much, or are you just trying to pay for your wedding, I don't know. But yeah, again, not saying that he would rug, but yeah. And then my thing is, and I tweeted about it last night, like, can we stop having proposals where the sole purpose is to get more money from the actual ApeCoin holders? Mm-hmm. So this is a proposal for us to vote on where we end up spending ApeCoin to buy merch. So it's like it and then one of his main arguments on Twitter has been, he's like, he keeps saying that he's the only person, he's one of the only proposals that's talking about bringing revenue back into the DAO, because no one's really doing that yet. Are you on the phone right now? This man, okay. If you're in the chat, if you're looking for a new hobby, you want to be a host, hit me up in the DMs. This man's taking phone calls midstream.
It was from Papacito. It was from Papacito.
Okay.
Papacito heard me fudding him on stream.
Yeah, look, Q-Dog just
Gave me a little
unsub
sneak
because
peek.
of that. Talking about professionalism.
He
Anyways.
Hey, yo, he gave me the leaks. He gave me the alpha. So
Anyways, he's on Twitter saying that this is the only proposal that's talking about bringing back revenue to the DAO. And then my response to that is, but the revenue from the DAO are people from within the DAO. So it's like you're asking, the revenue's from us. It's not reaching out outside the system to bring more people in. It's getting more money from us, which is like, okay, come on. You can be more creative about it. And we haven't even looked at the sneak peeks yet. Should we look at the sneak peeks?
I think we should. Just forewarning you guys, viewer discretion is advised. If you haven't seen these on the timeline yet and your eyes still work, you may want to look away.
Honestly, like you could probably be talked into this, right? Like if the sneak peeks came out and you're like, okay, that's actually a banger. Like that's some sick merch and I want that, right? But let's look at his sneak peeks. And this is not a meme. This is what he actually tweeted out, saying, "Here's some sneak peeks."
Hey yo.
So we got, I guess it's a windbreaker or a jacket or something. These are some of the design sneak peeks, and then a tank top.
Super hot fire.
Very plain colors, very plain. You literally just slap a logo on a stock image, pretty much.
I'm not gonna accuse anybody or speculate too much, but if I had to have one guess, who designed this merch, I would say Von Schiller.
Yeah, this is kind of a banger. No, that's too low for Vaughn. I think Vaughn's got better. Steve's got better taste than that. Come on now. But this is
it's not black and white. My bad.
This has to be a joke. But I mean, but you look at the comments. He's completely serious. He's like, people want more sneak peeks. Say less. Here you go. We're going for summer vibes. So here's a windbreaker. I guess maybe it's a rain jacket. I don't know. Like you can't say summer vibes. Like that's not summer vibes. Like the top is, but the bottom's not. Yeah. I want your feedback. And he's like, if you ever wanted to say how merch might look, this is your chance. This man's already acting like the proposal's passed, and we're gonna give him.
We're 98-2, my boy.
It's not gonna happen, fam. Someone, one of the best comments. I'm not even trying to flame you, but this is cool for a varsity high school soccer team. We need a real designer from a fashion world to come in and drip us out. Yeah, this is, if I was, high school yearbook, we got some merch with our yearbook logo that year, I'd be down, let's go. But,
yeah, you can send this straight to the burn address, dog.
No,
this is not it.
I'm out. I am completely out. I don't know.
And I'm taking the mutant with me. You can't even keep your mutant after this.
Yeah, I don't know. He's not even mutant on Twitter anymore. He's a goblin.
Gobble.
Plus, we always talk about ape follow ape. This man's only following 230 people. Come on now. You're trying to speak for the community and you're not even a part of it. Let's go. Anyways, there's your thing for Fun Friday. I'd love to hear from the chat of what you guys think of the ApeCoin merch, because I like the idea of ApeCoin merch, but not like this and not in this way. And not just for ApeCoin holders, right? I think there is a way to get other people out there and get some merch out there, but it's not like, I don't know, just merch isn't the end all be all. Maybe we're still far out from having merch for ApeCoin, right? It's a weird thing to have merch for. Merch
is just so low margin anyways. Unless you charge ridiculous amounts to people who, I don't know, in this market, they would pay that amount for ApeCoin merch, because it's not Bored Apes, it's not mutants, it's not even other deeds. It's literally about a coin.
Yeah.
So I don't think it would work.
Yeah. I would rather wear like ETH logo, like the Ethereum logo hats or merch or whatever over ApeCoin merch, right? I'd rather just, if I'm sporting the apes, I just want my actual Basie or Macy merch.
There's better ways to probably make money for the DAO, like including, I would probably take a restaurant and those margins over merch. So
so
not it.
Maybe we need Jeremy to come in and submit a proposal to the AIP, and you can just siphon off a cool 200K from the DAO and just throw together some merch and call it good.
I mean, let's do a little ape golf course, a little ape DAO golf course.
Sure. Yeah, why not? Right there in Dallas.
Vegas.
Oh, Vegas. Okay. Yeah, there you go. I'm in. All right. Do you have any final thoughts on some of those, on either of those merges?
I mean, no, I that makes me feel bad. I was in a good mood. I was vibing, and then seeing merch like that is just really terrible. I feel bad for the environment and for all of our supporters that they had to go through that. But yeah, I'm just glad that most of that stuff is not coming to fruition.
Yeah, I'm very glad the community is speaking up. And also, can the board like put together or put through actual proposals?
Yeah.
Not just ones that they know are gonna get voted down. Like you have to know, like this one, the Snoop Dogg, like that one, like we're just trying to get more money from us. Like just come on, like just put together proposals that people are actually gonna vote for. It's not, stop putting proposals for that's just trying to get more money out of the holders. If you want ApeCoin and the ApeCoin DAO to succeed, it can't just keep taking money from us. It needs to, spread out, and you maybe focus on trying to get more people, more businesses to implement ApeCoin into their products or into whatever they're doing. Right? That's how you're going to expand the DAO. That's how you're going to expand the ecosystem. It's not going to be by making NFTs or making merch that we buy with ApeCoin. It's only for us. Like that's just keeping your doors closed, and we don't need that. You need to expand the doors, reach out, send us proposals that'll do that, and let's go. Let's take it seriously now. Otherwise, the DAO is going to fail. There we go.
It's off to
Happy
a slow
Fun Friday.
Start. It's off to a slow start. It's
Yeah.
not looking good. But Pitch said I'm gonna show up to NYC in full spotty Wi-Fi gear just for Jeremy. And
I hope he
I'll
does.
be there. I'll be there. I'll be there in my little spotty Wi-Fi swimsuit. So
Pitch, I'm not gonna lie. I think we should get those swim trunks. We get that, and we wear our utility D's nuts shirt. That's a banger fit right there. Absolutely.
Actually, kind of nice.
All right, so we've got. Well, I guess while we're still on the topic of merch, I know you've probably been seeing on Twitter, but we are starting to see some of the unpackaging of the new Ape merch, and I don't know if you've gotten yours yet, but do you have any opinions or first impressions from what you've seen online?
I really can't tell anything about the material. I haven't looked at it too much on the timeline, but in terms of the packaging, it's finally up to par for the packaging. I was so tired, and I've been funning them about that, like sending that to me like in a little cardboard box. Maybe it had a sticker in it or something that said Bored Ape, but I was just tired of the low effort, right, of the packaging. But it looks like they stepped their game up for sure. So not only do you get a custom box now, you also get like custom wrapping for each individual merch item.
Yeah, and this is, the backdrop this guy has is one of the boxes. He like unraveled it to put it as a backdrop, which I think is kind of weird. But hey, I guess it fits and it looks nice. But like you said, the packaging's finally up to par, and it looks like a premium like merch product, right? It's not, it's not being shipped in a plastic bag that's plastic wrapped inside and that's it. It's, it's actually like there's thought into it, and it's, it's looking good. I mean, I'm a fan of it. I'm looking forward to getting mine if I ever get mine, but we'll see.
If you're gonna charge that much for merch, and I know it wasn't ridiculous, but it definitely was up there. But if you're gonna charge that much, you have to come with the premium packaging, and I'm glad that's what they did. And then as far as the box thing, like I actually don't hate it, but also I feel like that's only acceptable if you're probably in college or younger, because if you're older than that, if you're out of college and you're older than that, I don't know. It's not a good look. It's not a good look.
I thought it was kind of strange, but I mean, hey, to each their own, right? I guess someone's man cave or a woman cave, you can do whatever you want to in there. All right, let's move on to some quick news and notes around some NFTs. So this is an old project that's been around for a while. I think we've all been involved in it at one point in time. I'm not anymore, but Penelope's, they're still doing their thing. They have a physical claim now. Are you still a Penelope's holder?
Dude, I don't know. I think I have one.
You don't know if you're a holder?
But I don't know if I'm a holder. I can't remember if I held on to one specifically or not. I know that I got rid of most of mine. Honestly, I think I might have been the one who bought the most. It was either me or Gokino when these things minted out. We were going ham on these. It ended up working out in those, first 2-3 weeks or so.
Yeah.
It was kind of nice. Not a banger, but it's kind of nice for sure.
This is one of those like Pranksy minted 1,000, so everyone should mint it as well type of things. I remember.
Yeah, I think me and BSB got in early. Somebody else did, and then Pranksy minted, and we were like, "Oh snap, we gotta go back for seconds."
Gotta send it.
Yeah, we gotta go back for seconds. So that's what we did. But anyways, shout out Penelope's. It's a team full of a bunch of NFT and crypto OGs. So that's why we kind of bought in the first place.
Yeah.
Not sure what they're doing at all today, so do not take my word for any of this. But at least they're still alive. They're still kicking. One of the cool things about this project, another reason that I jumped in, is that they were setting a budget aside from the mint to pay for their salaries for like 3 or 4 years. So that was one of the cool things, is that if they held to their word, like they were going to be fully funded and working for more than just a year or 6 months. Unlike
hopefully they cashed out that ETH at 4K.
Right. Oh, true. Or hopefully they put it in USD.
Or now it's down to 1 year, a 1 year salary. Oops, there we go.
Yeah, but anyways, this is just another benchmark for them, is where or a checkpoint for them is you can claim your physical Penelope Country Club model cat. So I think those are kind of a vibe, to be honest. If I were to claim a physical, I'd be pretty hyped and excited for it. I need to go check if I have one or not, but looks dope.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're doing something like this where it's some kind of unique and exclusive to holders, I'm a fan of it. So, and I think physicals are, it just adds to the whole collectible aspect. And props to them. I don't own any of the Penelopes. I don't even think I ever did. If I did, I held for like 1 day before I flipped it. Yeah, I mean, props to them. They're still here. They're still doing the stereotypical, they're building.
I mean, I love digital assets, like you said.
Yeah.
But within reason, right? Again, like we just talked about the whole age thing, blah blah blah. But we're still here buying like JPEGs of animals. Mm-hmm. So yeah, just within reason, and it has to look good. It can't just be like any type of low quality whatnot. It has to earn a place in your room, right? And
yeah,
I think I'd cop one if I had it.
Yeah, absolutely. So other NFT news, we've got the Coolmans, like their airdrop, the Infinite Possibilities, like semi-revealed to this like basically it's like a puzzle, right? Where you have to solve this thing. But I honestly haven't been following it too closely. Have you been looking at how to solve it, or what's the next step for it?
Absolutely not. We just been vibing.
We just vibe. We just listen to Harry for those pings and say, "Oh, hey, Coolmans is doing this." Like, all right, there we go, perfect.
Sir,
but
man.
But I think the bigger news for Species has been this made rounds. I think it was yesterday, right? I think they had a Twitter Spaces or something. They had some kind of like basically town hall that they're talking about some huge announcements coming, and then Coffee Dan posted this. Something's being announced in June. He, basically it's like a bucket list thing for him, right? Like he never thought this would happen, and yeah, it sounds like there's some big, I don't want to say merger, but some big partnership or acquisition of Coolmans, or like something big is happening, right? What if you had to just completely speculate on what this is? What would you say? What would you speculate on?
Man, I don't know if I'm gonna go as big as Disney, but I feel that it'd have to be some big cartoon or a network of cartoons, kind of like signing the IP, right? The brand and him to maybe like at least a 1 season sitcom type thing.
Yeah. What would you put like? I feel like building it up right now. I feel like you're building hype, and I think it has to be worthy of the hype. Because if it disappoints it, if it's any kind of like, wait, that's not actually that big, then it's like things are gonna tank and fall out. Like, I mean, I'm already picturing and going and expecting it to be like, hey, we've signed up Time Studios, and it's like, okay, cool, just like Robotos have, right? It's like, so I hope it's like that's kind of where my expectation is right now. If it's anything above that, then I'm gonna be thrilled and ecstatic. So that's kind of where I'm at with this.
I mean, I don't know. I know there's been a lot of speculation, and I know in the past, he said that he's turned down a show because it wasn't the right timing, wasn't valued at the right amount in terms of how much work he's put into it. But yeah, I'm not too excited for it anyways. Like, this doesn't get me incredibly hyped. I mean, I'm hyped for him, but I'm not hyped for my bags. Right?
Yeah.
I don't think that this moves the needle much, and we see that it lasted less than a day anyways, like from 0.4 to 0.6 back to 0.4. So
and that's the thing, this may be bigger news for him as an artist personally rather than big news for the project, right? Like, because realistically, like if some big brand partners with Cool Man's, like how does that affect us as regular holders? I guess it gets brand awareness out there, but that's pretty much it. Like, there's no other direct correlation unless there's something else. I mean, I don't know. Just trying to think it off right here, but
yeah,
I think whatever it is, it'll be overblown and it'll be made to sound more important than it actually is. But hey, we're here for it, and I still got a fat bag of it. So if the price goes up, and I'll be happy. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the ceiling, I think we've seen a lot more from like Nike acquiring Artifact, right? That's a lot different. I feel like just in terms of what Artifact had already made before Nike, what they've been able to do, and then also just in terms of the whole vibe of that project with their PFPs, even though most of the Artifact, the Clone X's are kind of ugly, that's just a whole different space. It's weird to say like it's a whole different space, even though they're both like avatar NFTs, but they're like on a whole nother tier of what their team is able to do versus what Cool Man's universe is able to do. So
yeah, I agree, absolutely. All right, and then we got a little somber news. This happened a couple days ago. We had 29 Moonbirds were stolen in a hack. Well, I'll put hack, the stereotypical, like it was hacked, but it was, I'm assuming they clicked a link or some phishing. Actually, I think I remember seeing this one. It was one of those trade. It was a trading website, so they approved a bad trading website, and I think that's what wiped them. But yeah, 29 Moonbirds just gone. And now in today's dollars, 29 Moonbirds, that's like $2,000.
Yeah, sure.
No, I mean that's literally over $1 million that just vanished, and this person lost because of a phishing scam, and that's huge. I'm assuming at 29 Moonbirds, that person was one of like the top 10. Like they're probably one of the top 10 to 15 holders with that many. And that's that is tough to stomach. Do you have any? Do you have any thoughts or any reactions to this?
I mean, when I saw this come across, I just checked a couple other sources, like the proof of Discord and whatnot, to see if it was real or just the activity of like the account. And I was like, damn. Like when I saw it was real, like I wanted to throw up, like for the guy, because I mean, it doesn't really matter who you are, unless like one of the world elite, but like 1.5 mil gone like that. That you never want to see things like this at all. And these are the times that like for myself, I don't necessarily wish that things were different. I just wish that thing in terms of being able to recover them or like user safety, blah blah blah. I just wish that there was more things in place, like safeguards in place before the transaction instead of like post transaction type stuff. So I just wish that there was a way for people to be safer, smarter, like things more clear, because this is
That's where I've seen like those extensions. I think we talked about it on Monday or some point, that they're like someone's working on an extension that you can have in your browser where like you can like hover over like approving a transaction, and then it'll pull up like a separate tab or some side window that'll say like if you approve this will be what happens. Like, and it kind of breaks it down like in layman's terms, like if you're doing a trade, like if you approve this, then you're gonna send this Bored Ape and you're gonna receive 85 ETH or whatever, right? Or it'll say, if you approve this, then you'll be sending 29 Moonbirds to this address and receive nothing in return. Then you'll be like, oh, that's a scam. So I think something like that would be kind of cool to have, and sounds like that can be. I think people were saying like using ETH or the ETH blockchain to show that it should be pretty easy. So that would be a nice, I think, update. We're still going to see these things happen no matter what happens, but that at least may help people visualize it more and be a little bit more careful with links or connecting their wallets or approving transactions.
Yeah, I just, 1,000 prayers to that guy.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, I would be taking a lot of time off if that happened. So we've got kind of one last big news item here. It's not really news, it's just maybe it's potential news, but we talked about, the Ape DAO. Why don't they approve like actual like things for us to vote on? And here's one that this one's in the process of being reviewed. It's not up to vote yet, but basically Avalanche is proposing that other side be built on their subnet. And have you had a chance to look through all of this yet, or at least skim over it?
Yeah, just skim in terms of what they're actually trying to move over.
Yeah,
but because it technically, and then I kind of read through it without thinking too much, and then at the end I was like, wait, ApeCoin or ApeCoin DAO doesn't really have anything to do with the other side though.
That was my thought too. Cause I first saw this, I was like, that's weird that this is like proposed to the ApeCoin DAO, because other side and other deeds like is Yuga. Yeah. It's not like they're not related. People think they are, but they're not related at all. So it's like nothing we can vote on. So it was kind of weird. Maybe it's just a way for like. Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of strange.
So then I just took this part out of it in terms of being involved with the ApeCoin DAO, and then just kind of like speculated or imagined, okay, what would just other deeds, other side going on to the Avalanche network. So when I do think stuff like that makes sense, but I just wonder if they're gonna use like a turnkey kind of service. Like, what if they go to Immutable, right? Like Immutable X, or something. Because
that's basically an L2 on ETH, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would much rather them go like stay on the ETH blockchain, because I'm pretty sure Avalanche is off of ETH, correct? Like it's its own own thing.
Yeah.
And I would prefer everything to stay on ETH, because that's what we're here for. That's how we started. I don't think we should move off of it. I'd rather them go to Immutable or some other L2, or build your own L2 on ETH.
Yeah, the other thing would be doing it first party, but to be honest, in terms of like timeline and safety, security, a little bit, I say that in quotes, is just like, it's probably going to an existing network, such as Immutable or Matic. I know people hate it, but yeah, I think doing something like that would probably be best.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am curious. This was just sent out. This was just posted this week. So I mean I don't think it has any holdings here, but maybe maybe they're in talks with people at Yuga about this, even though I think Gordon's come out and said that he's not in talks with them at all.
Yeah.
But then people at Avalanche have come out and said like, no, we're definitely talking to someone in the ApeCoin, but people, and this is where I think Avalanche, like, I don't think they know who's who. I think they think the ApeCoin DAO is Yuga. Because they're talking with they've been talking to someone on the board of the Ape DAO, and they keep saying that we're talking to someone at Yuga. So like I'm kind of convinced that Avalanche thinks that the DAO is Yuga and vice versa, which kind of makes me like, I don't know if DYOR, come on now.
For sure. By the way, we did have an announcement kind of like when we were streaming. And that's the Cool Cats. Cool Cats made an announcement that they are expanding the community. So they're going to come with a few other characters. They posted like a sneak peek image. I mean, you see something that looks like a creature world, something that looks like an angry bird. I don't even know what those other three are. Some type of weird looking...
I'm assuming this is the picture giraffe. You're talking about?
Yeah. So they're focusing on IP and community, getting back to where they started, right? So it's expanding the community. More characters equals more opportunities for interacting with the ecosystem, getting in on the fun, and participating with the brand as a whole. The new characters, they're going to keep the original formula, keep it simple, make it bold. Merch, it's going to be more of a key component and touch point for people to cherish and experience the brand. And then plus, Coolverse, an interactive place where we funnel in new characters and have fun together.
Were they listening to our show? I mean, because it's kind of what we said, right? Like focus on this instead of the game. But unfortunately, I think that it just maybe a little bit too, maybe a little too late for Cool Cats. But hey, we'll see. Maybe they can bring the Phoenix out of the ashes and make something, make Cool Cats great again, right?
Yeah, the thing is that, you know, Cool Cats, I'm not gonna say like they're super cheap or affordable, but I mean they're down in the dirt right now. So I mean, I think these things have quite a ceiling on them. I don't think that these things, depending on the quantity, that's the X factor. But if the quantity comes out pretty high in terms of where they want to expand the community, I think these have a super low ceiling in terms of where they can go. Because it's got to be more than 20K, right? I mean, do they even approach like a 50K thing?
Yeah, and I wanted to kind of look at the activity since that announcement just to see how the market's reacted to it. And
Yeah,
I mean, there's quite a bit of sales coming in, and this was like 40 minutes ago, so it was really from here up. I mean, it's not a crazy amount, but I mean, it's a decent bit.
Yeah, you gotta assume that they're probably doing a free claim for OGs, right? So BSB might be sitting good, but at the same time, once these drop, of course, like Cool Cats, we don't even know if they pump off this announcement, but they definitely dump after the free claim of the characters. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm skeptical, but I'm also, I guess, trying to be optimistic because this is what I want them to do, focus on these type of things. But I don't know if that. I guess where I'm skeptical now is why are you adding more characters? Like, focus on what you have now.
So you don't agree with keeping like the or not keeping the cat theme?
No, like I agree. Like keep the cat theme. Like you're no like Cool Cats is you, right? You're like it's your thing. I would rather them focus on purely the Cool Cats and that IP and that brand, because now like the brand of Cool Cats, like oh the Cool Cats, is that like the bird thing, the weird
Cat bird,
the weird like whatever this green thing is, like that thing is. That's weird. I don't even know what that is.
It's a creature.
I guess, but yeah, like these weird thing. I'm like, just stick with the Cool Cats. Just build that IP, build that brand. That's what you're known for. That's what's sellable. Like this cute little blue cat. That's, I think, more sellable than any other character that's on this. Except, I mean, maybe the red bird. You know, I could see that could be unpopular, but like, come on, like just stick to your strengths and grow that IP and grow that brand out.
So if we have Pitch Dark CEO join us here on the show, he says, add the characters, but don't release NFTs. He said, build a story and show, and then that's when you drop new characters as NFTs.
There we go. You heard it here from the CEO, Pitch Dark himself.
Yep. Or he says, get better merch, Geck.
Yeah, maybe Cool Cats and Spotty can work together on that, you know?
Yeah, so I don't know. This is kind of, like you said, for me, it feels a little too late. There's going to be extremely low ceiling on where these can go due to Cool Cats being in the dirt themselves. You got to assume that there's going to be free claims for OGs. And then Cool Cats are, what, 9,900, 10K. So you got to assume that it's going to be at least 20K plus. I wouldn't be surprised at all if they try for something over 30K, probably like 30 to 50K. And then what are they going to charge for this, right? Is it going to be seen as a cash grab at this point?
Yeah, is it more money?
More money because they're in the dirt. They don't, you know, like, I don't know the optics. I don't know how the optics of this is going to go down. But for me, not incredibly excited. But I think it is cool for people who love Cool Cats, for the family brand. Like, this is one of the only ones that we have in this space. So on that note, it is pretty cool. It's pretty positive that people can get in a little cheaper. I mean, think about the people who are maybe like parents, aunts, uncles, nephews, whatever. Like, they have a Cool Cat, but they've never been able to get it for younger generations, right? The kids. And now this provides them a nice entry point to do that and just vibe out with the fam. I mean, you can't hate on that.
Yeah. just vibe out. Yeah, like you said, this is one of the like the true like family brands out there, and they should be able to build off of that. Well, I'm like I said, I'm gonna be optimistic, but I'm gonna be also very skeptical. I'm gonna be kind of like a mix right now. Cool. We'll see. I mean, maybe we'll hear more news or at NFT NYC about what this is, the time frame from it, because I don't think they're mentioned any kind of time frame in this announcement. So maybe we'll know more by NFT NYC, or maybe we'll know more next week for our stream, and we can talk more about it in depth then. All right. Well, yo, Jeremy, you got any more final news notes for us?
I don't. Pretty dry this week. I mean, I was just really paying attention to all the meme stuff that was going on in the. I mean, this week just with the goblins. I mean, they've been such a weird vibe, and like their Twitter Spaces. If you guys haven't joined one of their Twitter Spaces, it's like a bunch of gurgling and stuff. Like you think it would be like maybe 10, 20 Von Schillers, like drunk Von Schillers talking in Twitter Spaces. Like it just sounds weird. But that just captured my attention this week. I was just trying to, I mean, is that a bullish signal to you? Just by the way, as we kind of cap off things here, or is this just like an anomaly? Like it's just gonna be like a flash in the pot, gone with the wind?
The goblins?
No, just this week where you've seen some of these like meme projects kind of have the success. Like, are we back?
No. We're the opposite of back. If this is the success in NFTs, then we're doomed. I honestly believe that, because imagine you have a normal friend and you're like, hey, you gotta join it. You're like, I'm involved in NFTs, and then they finally this week they're like, you know what? I know Jeremy's been involved in NFTs. You know, I've got some free time. Let me look into it this week. And just imagine that friend hops on some Twitter. They hop on Twitter and they see the trending topic. And they say, oh, goblins, this is the new NFT that's popular. Let me look into this. And they look how they look, like, okay, well, there must be something more there. Then they just see all the Twitter phrases and everything, or like the typing. Like, there's got, and they just keep thinking like, oh, there's gotta be more. Then they hop on a Twitter Spaces and they just hear, me goblin, me, no roadmap. And that's all they hear. It's just that for 2 hours. How do you think that that's going to be perceived as someone entering NFTs?
I mean, yeah, it's gonna be.
It's
stupid.
like it's. I mean, it's. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's great for the memes. It's great for all that, for internet culture. But if that's all we're here for, then we're not growing NFTs, and we're just keeping it in the same small circle that NFTs have already been in for the last few months. So this last week has made me more bearish on NFTs as a whole. Unless we can stop this like nonsense of just get out of this. Like, listen, there's a spot for internet and meme culture, but it's not. I feel like NFTs could be so much more for it, and we get such a bad name because of it. People keep saying NFTs are a scam, and this is why, because people are buying these goblins for $4,000 or $5,000, or I mean 2.2 ETH, and it just doesn't make sense, man. I mean, I know that people are gonna be like, oh, well, that's just the internet culture. I'm like, okay, well, if that's what it's about, then we're not gonna make it mainstream. Then might as well just cash out your NFTs, invest in Bitcoin or ETH, and then just let it sit there. Because if you think that NFTs are gonna get mainstream adoption, I don't think it's gonna happen with how this last week has been. That's just my thoughts, and that's kind of how that's where my mind's been the last few days.
For me, I've just trying to been figuring out, like, do you feel any type of way for projects who like work their butt off like for months, and they try to come out with something, and right out the gate it just kind of like a dud, like fails, and then you see stuff like this where it was, it wasn't out there in the open. It's kind of like a stealth mint, free to mint, and then now it has this big success. Or would you just say to those other projects who have done it the more traditional route, say like, get better?
Get good. Mad cause bad. No, I kind of feel for those projects. There are projects out there that are actually like having their head down. They're trying to bring value to their holders, to their project, and they just can't do it because they don't have the influencers. They don't have the whales behind their project to push it out there. Right, and that's what it comes down to. It's in the NFT space right now. The only thing that matters if a project succeeds or not is who is a holder of your project. And if you have top influencers and top whales behind your project, you're going to succeed, and it's going to make money. You're going to make millions in royalties. If you have nobody holding your project, I mean, you could be building something really cool, but no one's gonna know what it is, and it's just that's kind of the state of NFTs right now. How I feel, or how I feel it is, and I kind of feel for those I kind of feel for those lower projects that deserve to be, they deserve more attention than they actually get, because they're actually, quote unquote building, like we like to, that's kind of like the meme now too. People keep just saying, "Oh, I'm just building right now," but I mean, people are actually out there doing that instead of making these just meme stuff. And one of the only reasons I think goblins, or one of the big reasons that the goblins have really taken steam, is because people still believe that Yuga's behind it. Even though it's been like disproved, people still believe it, and they keep saying like, "Oh well," and the latest thing for that now I saw on Twitter today was, "Oh well, Sandbox just swept the floor of they bought 20 goblins today." So, and this time last year, Sandbox bought apes at 1 ETH. So, connect the dots. There you go. What they're also failing to mention is Sandbox buys literally every NFT out there. You go look at Sandbox OpenSea profile. They own pretty much everything that you can possibly own. So Sandbox buying doesn't hint at anything for me. And yeah, I don't know. It's just I'm kind of tired of this meta that we're in right now, if you can't tell.
Yeah, I mean, I get kind of both sides in terms of answering my own question. Like, hey, get good, get better, and then also just feeling a little guilty because they've done so much work and effort, and then they just kind of get overshadowed by just NFT degens just memeing. Yep. But at this point, like I think we know the way things kind of go. So if you are building a project, I feel like you kind of have to have a bit of that angle in it in terms of your promotion and marketing and release. Like you do have to have somewhat of a little degen touch to you. You can't be entirely like polished, and I don't think that we've seen it work out well in the past. So
yeah, absolutely.
You gotta know the crowd. You gotta read the room. And right now the room is telling you that we're kind of like hair on fire, kind of panic mode, but at the same time we're still here, still listening. And what better way to kind of like laugh 1755 off rather than using memes. So
yeah,
but yeah, I can't wait till we're in a better place again.
I'm looking forward. Like I said, like there's a reason why this week I've been kind of taking a step back, is just because it's every now and then listen, we've all been in the NFT space for more than a year now, right? Or most of us, and we know how mentally exhausting it can get, especially like especially whenever you see that dollar amount too, and you see it go up and down, up and down, up and down, and then you see there's stuff taken off that it just doesn't make sense, or it's weird, and then you have to keep up with everything. You feel the FOMO, you feel the need that you have to keep checking Twitter, you have to keep checking Discord nonstop, and it's just emotionally exhausting and taxing. And I'm just kind of at one of those points now where I'm just like, what, I think now is a good time. Markets are in a bad spot where it's a kind of a good time just to kind of take a step back, focus on some other things, just enjoy some time, and head into NFT NYC. Be ready to vibe with the boys and people that we know, and just get ready to hang out. And maybe after then, maybe we'll be in a better spot after that. We'll see.
Yeah. And just by the way, just two small things. Alien Friends, they did announce that there is a friend coin coming. Honestly, I think that's bad news, not good news, because we've seen what happens to projects after they've released some type of token. So Alien Friends said that they're going to release a friend token on. Oh wait, should be today. Yeah, should be. Oh, sorry. I think they announced it today, but the release date should be June 1st. So what is that? Going to be next Wednesday? Yeah. So next Wednesday, I think Alien Friends are somewhere around a 0.6 floor. So they do have a token coming next Wednesday. And then if you've been out of the scene for a little bit, just FYI, OpenSea kind of redesigned the profile and the collection pages. So get used to those. It's not too much different, just kind of everything like left aligned, and maybe they did a little text updating, a font update, but that's about it. Oh, look, yo doggo. Oh, that's a cute. Wait, have you had that one? That one.
Yeah, this is Bryn. This is our corgi we got last year.
I don't know why. Maybe the light hitting different. Oh my god. Cute.
Pitch talk. I know you're not talking about my dog saying it looks like trash.
Oh,
Those are fighting words.
Pitch coming with the toxicity.
All right. Well, I don't have any other news and notes. Is that the last thing you had? Anything else on your mind? There we go. That's it. Again, shout out to I know you're talking about OpenSea. I was just giving you a hard time, Pitch. Also, shout out to JVB for minting that G Money Pass. Also, shout out to Pitch. You're a free man. Enjoy it. For now.
Schiller for the new tat.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that. Let me see. Can we? Let me pull it up real quick. Let's give a little merch review, but let's do it. Let's switch it to a little tat review.
All right, and then while you're at it, I mean, we meant to shout him out last week,
go ahead.
Last stream. Is that everybody knows Von Schiller, king of NFTs, self-proclaimed. Anyways, he goes to VCon, and on his way to VCon, he's trying to get to the event, to the stadium. He runs into a Lyft driver or whatever. His name is what's his name? Neil, I think.
Yeah. Neil.
I think his name is Neil. Anyways, he strikes up a conversation with him, says, do you know about NFTs? He says, I've only heard of them. I don't participate. It would be cool to find out more. So Schiller goes ahead and essentially airdrops him, right? He gifts him a ticket to VCon. And this man, Neil, goes to every single day of the event to learn about NFTs at VCon.
Yeah.
It's just something that, you couldn't really script that way. And the fact that it worked out, and it seems like he had a great time, and he's still kind of somewhat participating. And so, yeah, just a feel good story. And it wouldn't have been possible if it weren't for our boy Von Schiller.
Yeah,
so
and I think I saw Neil talking in one of the Goblin Spaces this week.
Oh no,
this Neil, me drive car.
No. That's the wrong week to bring him in, but it was a good try.
But shout out for Schiller. That was actually a super good story. I love seeing that. As much as we give Steve a bad time, he's a great dude, has a great heart, and I love seeing that. And that kind of took Twitter by storm too. So let's give this a little. Sorry, Pitch. Let's give this a little tat review. So this is Steve's tattoo we got. Let's see the reveal.
Okay, first of all, I know this is fake because his arms are way bigger than the steak picture.
Oh my god, that steak picture. If you haven't been in the Discord, you go check out some of the new stickers. That is the best sticker. But what do we think about this tat?
I like the shaved look. His skin all shaved because that's a lot of hair there. But anyways, the tat. It's kind of looking fire. If you guys don't know, Von Schiller has two cockatiels, and that's who he threw up on the shoulders and on the head here of his ape Biz. So this is his main ape. Man looks super solid with the little eye peeking through the eye bandage. I don't think that on the real thing it covers both eyes, right?
Yeah,
so that's a little custom there.
I think he probably got the idea from the mutants, because the mutant eye bandage it does have one eye kind of peeping out. Okay. So I wonder if that's where they kind of drew that idea from and kind of made it to his ape, which I like it a lot. I think it looks great.
Yeah, so I think this is definitely a banger. I'd say definitely at least 8 out of 10. The only thing that I am wondering about is just is color coming later, or because one of the things about it is it's like some of the best parts is his color so vibrant in terms of the ape, and then also the grill, isn't it? The multicolored grill.
Listen, I didn't want to fudge Schiller's tattoo on stream, but since we're going there, let's go ahead and just let's go there. I think this man needs to get it colored, because right now you are doing, Mr. Schiller, you are doing a disservice to the multi-grin community by not having those teeth colored in. I mean, come on, you could be the poster boy for Skittles with that tattoo if it's colored in, right?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, right now, definitely over 8 out of 10. But if this was colored, it'd be at least 9.5.
Yeah, like you said. With that being said, even black and white, it's an 8 out. It looks fantastic. It's 8 out of 10. Whoever you got to do this did a really good job at it.
Fire.
I give it 8 out of 10. If it's colored, I'll give it a 10 out of 10. Best tattoo I've ever seen.
Yep. Yo, hit up Tagline to pay for the color. Anyways, we'll do the reveal next week after that gets done, and sponsored by Tagline.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm actually, this reminds me, I'll be getting a tattoo for my ape, but I'm just gonna get cheetah fur tattooed across my whole body. So I'm gonna be becoming my ape. Is gonna be my plan. So looking forward to that. We'll have the reveal soon.
Yeah, but no, dope tat, by the way, Chili. Glad you got that done. I had no idea you were getting it done. I thought, honestly, you were trying to sell biz. So nice to see you got them put on the arm and then with your birds up there. Most people don't even know. They're like, hey, cool ape because the bird is actually an actual trait, but he got it replaced with his 2 actual birds. So
Yeah.
most people probably don't even realize looking at that pic.
Well, I mean, if you compare it to this other person's tattoo, well, I mean, how would you compare him?
Night and day. Night and day.
Yeah,
Sorry for that, man.
Yeah, this one looks great. Yeah, absolutely. All right, that's all we have to talk about today. We hope everybody had a great Friday. You know, I'm glad you guys are here to vibe out with us. Have a fantastic weekend, and we're gonna be back here on Monday, I believe, unless anything changes. You know, we keep rugging you guys, so maybe we'll be back here on Monday, maybe not, but yeah, we'll be here Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern.
Monday is Memorial Day, so
Monday's Memorial Day
weekend.
we may not be here. We may be celebrating Memorial Day. Me and Yo Germany will discuss off stream about the schedule for next week, and we'll tweet about it and let you guys know. So, one thing you can expect with us is we will continue to rug you guys out of streams. So, keep that in mind before you sub.
Yo, have a good holiday weekend, everybody.
Have a great long weekend.
Yeah, stay safe if you're driving, traveling, whatever. Stay safe, stay healthy. Appreciate you guys being here. We'll see y'all next week. Be your own alpha.
Peace.